today is China, is about to overtake the world's number one power, which today is the United States. Better performance of East Asian societies is confirming a longer trend, which is that power is shifting back to Asia. What is happening now is that a major geopolitical contest has broken out between the US and China. And I predicted this, of course. But you don't have to be a geopolitical genius to predict this, because for thousands of years, whenever the world's number one emerging power, which today is China, is about to overtake the world's number one power, which today is the United States, there is rising geopolitical tension between the two powers. So this geopolitical contest had begun before COVID-19. So as I say, we are in the middle of a battle against COVID-19. We are surrounded by what is called the fog of war. It's a bit dangerous to make long-term statements about what is going to happen. But nonetheless, it is clear that the East Asian countries are doing a better job of managing COVID-19 than Western countries like the US, UK, and Italy have done. And in fact, just today, I published a piece in The Economist online, in which, and I hope you'll look for it, it came out this morning, in which I argue that the better performance of East Asian societies is confirming a longer trend, which is that power is shifting back to Asia. So one key statistic we must remember is that from the year 1 to the year 1820, the two largest economies of the world were always those of China and India from the year 1 to the year 1820. So it's only in the last 200 years that Europe has taken off and North America has taken off. So the past 200 years of Western domination of world history have been a major historical aberration. So it's perfectly natural to see the return of China and India and the other Asian countries. And so that's what, in some ways, COVID-19 is also demonstrating. As I predict in my book, a major geopolitical contest has broken out between US and China. And everybody is, of course, asking the question, will China win or will the US win? And of course, it's too early to tell. But what is not too early to tell is that there are, out of the 7.5, 7.6 billion people in the world, there are 330 million people who live in America, 1.4 billion people who live in China, and there are almost 6 billion people who live outside the US and China. So it is the people who live outside US and China who will decide who will win this geopolitical contest, because there will be a battle for the hearts and minds of these 6 billion people. And in the previous geopolitical contests, in the Cold War between United States and the Soviet Union, the United States was very successful in attracting a lot of countries to partner it or be allies. So it was Western Europe worked with the United States, Japan worked with the United States. I think in some ways even China worked with the United States against the Soviet Union. But in today's geopolitical contests, I think most countries would prefer not to be caught in this geopolitical contest, and are basically telling the United States and China, please take our interests into consideration also, and please don't force us to choose, because most countries want to have good relations with China, and they also want to have good relations with the United States. They don't want to be forced to choose. And so it'd be wiser for the leaders of China and US not to call on countries to choose. And I hope that that will be the outcome.